My dad texted at 3 a.m., leave through Emma's window right now. I thought he was drunk until I heard my stepmom on the phone downstairs saying my name. Dad's been in Denver for work all week. He never texts past 9 p.m., never uses urgent language, always predictable and professional. This message broke every single pattern I knew about him. I pulled off my covers and grabbed clothing off the floor, putting on pants and a sweater while my mind struggled to process what was happening. My stepmom Jennifer was downstairs where I'd left her an hour earlier, watching her crime documentary and sipping wine like she did most nights. Typical suburban mom behavior. But Dad wouldn't send this text without a serious reason. I stuffed my feet into shoes and grabbed my backpack, dumping out textbooks and replacing them with my laptop, phone charger, and the emergency cash from my desk drawer. $350 suddenly seemed like the most valuable thing I owned. My 14-year-old sister Emma slept soundly in the next room. I crept down the hall and opened her door carefully. She was buried under covers, breathing in the steady rhythm of deep sleep. I knelt beside her bed, covered her mouth gently, and shook her shoulder. Her eyes flew open in panic. I whispered into her ear, barely audible. Dad sent an emergency message. We need to leave right now without Jennifer knowing. Trust me and stay completely silent. Emma's eyes were wide with fear, but she nodded. I'd already grabbed clothes from her closet and shoved them into her arms. She changed quickly, hands trembling, and I pushed her feet into shoes. Her window faced the backyard. I'd removed the screen dozens of times to sneak out before. I popped it loose and looked down at the 10-foot drop into the garden. The flower bed would offer a softer landing. I threw both our bags out first, then helped Emma crawl through. She hesitated at the edge, looking down nervously. I grabbed her wrists and lowered her as far as possible before letting go. She fell the final 4 feet with a muffled thud. I followed immediately, jumping and rolling. My ankle twisted on landing but held. Emma stared at me with questions written across her face, but I grabbed her hand and pulled her toward the fence. We scaled the 7-foot barrier and dropped into our neighbor's yard. Emma struggled with the height, but I helped her over. We ran through 3 backyards before reaching a street 3 blocks from our house, both breathing hard. Only then did I pull out my phone and reread Dad's message. The timestamp showed 3:05 a.m. There was a second part I'd completely missed. Your stepmom's real name is Patricia Vance. She's wanted in 2 states. FBI will contact you. Stay safe. My hands started shaking. I showed Emma and watched her face go white. What does he mean, her real name? I don't know, but we need to get somewhere safe. We headed toward the 24-hour gas station. My phone buzzed. Unknown number. This is Special Agent Ross with the FBI. Your father contacted us tonight after discovering your stepmother's true identity. Stay where you are. Units are 12 minutes out. Emma grabbed my arm. Why would Dad be talking to the FBI? Before I could answer, her grip became painful. She was pointing back toward our street. A black sedan, headlights off, moving slowly. Jennifer's car. We recognized it immediately. We ducked behind a parked truck and watched the sedan creep past. Jennifer's profile was visible through the window, her phone screen lighting her face. The expression wasn't that of a worried mother. It was cold, calculated. She was hunting us. We stayed low and moved toward the gas station. The fluorescent lights felt like safety. We huddled near the entrance, jumping at every passing car. Sirens suddenly cut through the night, multiple vehicles approaching fast. Jennifer's sedan, still prowling nearby, suddenly accelerated. Tires screamed as she fled. 3 black SUVs pulled into the parking lot. Federal agents poured out, hands on weapons, then lowered them when they saw us. A tall woman in a suit approached with her badge. I'm Special Agent Ross. Your father is safe. He's in protective custody in Denver. She wrapped blankets around us and guided us to a vehicle. He recognized your stepmother from a wanted poster tonight. She's been running an identity theft ring for 6 years. Emma started crying. I felt numb. The person you knew as Jennifer Ross died in a car accident in 2019. Your stepmother stole her identity, built an entire life around it. She married your father using a dead woman's name. We spent hours at the field office giving statements. Dad called from his flight back, voice shaking, apologizing for bringing her into our lives. They caught her 2 hours later at a truck stop 40 miles north, trying to switch vehicles and identities again. They found 4 fake IDs, $80,000 in cash, and a burner phone with messages about relocating the assets. Us. She got 23 years for identity theft and fraud, and Dad's 3 a.m. text saved both our lives.